The BOI report is back. Yes, you heard that right. The Beneficial Ownership Information Report is back, and you have less than 3 weeks to get it filed. Majority of LLC owners and corporation owners have to file this report. And if you don't get this filed, you're going to be facing $500 per day penalties and could possibly face up to 2 years in prison for not filing this report. I see a lot of people talking about they're waiting for that Supreme Court case to finish to see if it gets overturned. But if I were you, I would not wait for that because you're pretty much rolling the dice and you're going to be facing penalties. This is very much a requirement. And even if you don't use your LLC, if you structured it, if you created an LLC and you don't use it, you still need to file. I know there was so much confusion. They said it's due on this date, then they canceled it. There was an injunction, then it got overturned, then the injunction got put back in place. But I'm telling you right now, it is very much in full effect, and you have until March 21st to get it filed. If you file after that, you're gonna get hit with those $500 a day penalties. But let me tell you what's going on. FinCEN issued out a notice stating that BOI reports are back and you have less than 30 days to file. And this is why. And it's because the latest case, which was Smith versus the Department of Treasury, that was that federal district court case that was going on in Texas where that injunction happened. And guess what? That injunction was lifted last week. So pretty much FinCEN came out and said, well, since there's no more orders forcing us to not implement the BOI, let's go ahead and get it rolling again. And filing the BOI report, it's not hard. It's not difficult at all. But I know people feel like it's abrasive and it's like you're giving out too much of your personal information. Why do we have to do this if the government already has our information, our LLCs, our public record? They're doing this again because they want to crack down on money laundering, sex trafficking, human trafficking, all of the fraud that goes on through LLCs. They're trying to crack down on that, which is why they're trying to get all the information from the owners and anyone who has at least a 20% ownership within that business. Now, you can file this report on your own just by going to the FinCEN website at fincen.gov. But here at Ricky and Nikki Accounting, that is a service that we provide. We've helped a bunch of our clients file this report last year at a very affordable price. It's not expensive at all, but it is very expensive if you don't file this report. But let's go over really quick what goes in this report. For one, your business name, your tax ID or EIN, and then you're going to list two different type of people that are involved in your business. The first group of people is anybody who owns 20% or more of that business. Those people have to be listed on that BOI. Now, you don't include their social, but you do have to include their home address, not the business address, their home address. But you also do have to include their government issued ID, whether it's a driver's license, a passport, anything. That will need to be uploaded onto your report. Now, the second group of people that needs to be put on this report is anybody who has substantial control of the business. So what does that mean? That means managers, officers, presidents, anyone who has substantial control of that business. And again, they will have to be listed with their home address and their government issued ID. And I know there's going to be some of you out there that says, oh, my trust owns my LLC. Oh, my corporation owns my LLC. Now, whoever is that owner of that corporation is going to have to be listed. Whoever is the beneficial owner or the beneficial recipient of that trust is going to have to be listed on that on that report. They're going to be, you got to peel back until you get to that person. That's who needs to be put on the BOI report. You can't put the trust that you get. They're going to want to know who is the owner. There's no hiding from this, you guys. And trust me, you guys, I feel like this is an invasion of privacy just as much as you do. But you gotta sit back and think about the theory and why they want to do this. So about 3 years ago, both political parties came out and said they're sick and tired of all these criminals hiding behind LLCs, the sex traffickers, the drug dealers, the scammers, the hackers, all of these criminals who hide behind an LLC. They create an LLC in Wyoming or California or a state that's far away from where they live, steal somebody, commit some crimes, and then go ahead and dissolve and cancel that LLC. They pretty much said that LLCs and corporations are being abused by these criminals, and they want to crack down on that, which is why they brought the BOI report. Pretty much, if they can see everybody who actually owns the business is a part of that entity, that's their way of thinking that they can crack down on these criminals and weed out the good business owners from the bad business owners. It's just another way for them to try to find all of these criminals. It may be hard to find them for all the crimes that they're actually committing, but if they're not filing this report, that's one easy way for them to figure out who's doing what. And another thing, I remember I did see a lot of people say, well, maybe when Trump comes in office, he'll shut this down. He's been in office for a bit over a month now, and it's his treasury who's came out and said we're rolling with this. So it's time to kiss those hopes goodbye, because he seems like he's not putting a stop to this either. Now, for everyone out there who is worried about their information being out to the public, FinCEN is not a public database. No one out there can go onto FinCEN and look up your entity and see who owns it. They can't do that. FinCEN can't even share this information with other government agencies or the state without a subpoena. So your information is safe. I'm gonna say it's safe, but it can't be given out to anybody. Nobody can just look it up or just say, "Hey, can we go see this business? Can we get some information on this business? Who's the owner?" They can't do that. You are providing it to the government, but it's not publicly available. FinCEN is like the sister company to the IRS. They were in the same department. They're a part of the Treasury. So here's like another way to look at this. You know how the IRS cannot put out your tax return? You cannot just look up somebody's tax return. It's the same concept with FinCEN and your BOI report. And for those of you out there who are saying, I don't use my LLC, I haven't used it in years, that's only going to work if you set up your LLC before 2021. So if you created your LLC in 2021 or after that, you still have to file this BOI report even if you're not using the LLC. So my suggestion, get it dissolved or just file the BOI report. And if you're not even using the LLC, you might as well just get it dissolved. So to summarize, you guys, that injunction is long gone. You need to file your BOI report by March 21st. Go to FinCEN.gov and file your report. Or if you need help, you can text BOI to 845-222-1477 so we can go ahead and take care of it for you. My name is Ricky, co-founder of Ricky and Nikki Accounting Services, where we make taxes very easy to figure out. So make sure you give us a follow to stay up to date and to get your taxes right.